Monica Jennings is a 40-year-old coach operator in Atlanta, known for her punctuality, warm greetings, and unwavering dedication to her job. She's driven the same routes for nearly 15 years, knowing many of her passengers by name. She's a wife, a mother to a 10-year-old daughter, and the type of person who never misses a shift. But then something changed. It started with fatigue, subtle, creeping exhaustion that clung to her body like a weight. For weeks, Monica brushed it off. Just tired, she told herself. Probably the long shifts or not drinking enough water. She'd been feeling off, but nothing alarming, until one Sunday. That morning, Monica took her usual walk around the neighborhood, something she did to loosen up before work. But that day, she could barely make it down the driveway. Her legs felt like cement. Her hands tingled, numb and cold. She sat back down, confused, but determined to push through. She had a full route ahead. She got on the bus and didn't get off for hours. Her body wouldn't let her. By the end of her shift, she couldn't even walk to her car. Embarrassed and in pain, she called over a supervisor. He helped her into the company vehicle and drove her to a nearby walk-in clinic. The doctor took one look at her and told her to go to the hospital immediately. Meanwhile, her family was getting worried. Monica always came home at the same time. Her husband, Darnell, tried calling her. So did her sister, her mom. No answer. The next morning, Darnell took Monica and their daughter, Zoe, to the emergency room. Monica couldn't walk without help. Her feet had turned dark, her hands as well. The ER ran tests, MRI, blood work, scans. Nothing came up. The doctors were stumped. Within hours, they decided she needed to be transferred to a larger hospital for more advanced diagnostics. It was Monica's first time in an ambulance. The ride was surreal. Zoe cried silently. Darnell held her hand the whole time. At the second hospital, things became urgent. Her limbs were blackening. Nurses rushed in and out. More tests, more specialists. Finally, a neurologist gave a tentative diagnosis: peripheral neuropathy. But how? She wasn't diabetic. No history of autoimmune diseases, no substance abuse, no explanation. "This doesn't make sense," the doctors muttered. "Not at your age." She stayed in the hospital for over 2 weeks, 10 blood transfusions, 7 days of plasma dialysis, a parade of specialists. The pain was unbearable. Her nerves were on fire. Monica couldn't walk. Her muscles had wasted away from the trauma and immobility. She began physical therapy while still in the hospital. Day after day, she sat in a wheelchair, trying to learn the basics again, standing, balancing, walking with assistance. Then came the emotional toll. Her daughter asked every night, "When will Mommy come home?" Darnell tried to stay strong, but she saw the fear in his eyes every time he visited. Monica, always independent, now had to be lifted in and out of bed, bathed by nurses, watched like a patient, not a person. When she finally came home, it was with a wheelchair. Then came months of physical therapy, painful nerve tests, specialist appointments, and a long list of unanswered questions. She worked hard, every day, learning how to walk again. And she did, slowly, step by step. But the pain never left. And the worst part? She never returned to her job. Zoe pushed her around the living room while they laughed through the pain, but the nerve damage was done. her old bus route. She hasn't driven it in almost a year, but Monica's passengers still ask about her. Some send cards. Her supervisor checks in once a month. 1 year passed. She applied for disability. Denied. She appealed. Denied again. She couldn't work. Her body wouldn't allow it. But there was no help, no answers. Bills piled up. Her home slipped away. So did her marriage. Her husband left. Their daughter moved in with relatives. Everything Monica built, gone. She packed what she could, boarded a bus, this time as a passenger, and moved to a new state to start over. Now in her 50s, Monica lives a quiet life. Every day is a battle, against pain, against loneliness, against memories of a life stolen by an invisible enemy. Sometimes she walks past a bus stop and closes her eyes, remembering the hum of the engine, the voices of mourning commuters, the simple joy of being needed. She still dreams of driving, of purpose, of a body that once obeyed her, and every so often she wakes up convinced she can feel her hands again, but reality is cold. She sips tea in her small apartment, looks out the window, and wonders what happened to the woman she used to be. She keeps going, because that's what survivors do. But deep down, Monica knows she never returned from that route, because a part of her never made it back. Every day since, Monica lives with chronic pain, burning, stabbing sensations in her limbs. She uses braces, sometimes a cane. She's back on her feet, but not without effort. The doctors still don't know what caused it. It remains a mystery. She writes a journal every night now, not about pain, but about strength. I am still here, she writes. Even when my body doesn't listen, I still show up. And while the answers never came, Monica found something else: resilience, patience, and the power to keep going. If you felt something while listening, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Let Monica's story remind us how life can change in a moment, and always learn English mysteriously.